What would you do if the woman you loved, the mother of your children, started panicking when you asked about the bleach stains on her gloves? I never thought I would find myself in that moment, the scent of chlorine suddenly thick in the air, a cold dread seeping into my bones. Her eyes, usually so calm and calculating, darted, betraying a flicker of fear I'd never seen. The mystery wasn't just about the bleach. It was about the carefully constructed facade of our life, now cracking under a single, damning question. That night, everything broke, and I knew with chilling certainty that my world was about to unravel. It started subtly, a shift in the rhythm of our lives. Sarah, my wife of 15 years, began working late more often. Her phone always face down, her explanations vague. We lived in a beautiful home in Highland Park, a testament to years of hard work. Our life was, by all appearances, perfect. But perfection, I was learning, was often just a thin veneer overwrought. The first real crack appeared one Tuesday evening. I was making dinner, a simple pasta dish, when her phone buzzed on the counter. It was a text, the preview visible. "Can't wait for our next late meeting, my love." My blood ran cold. My hands trembled, nearly dropping the pan. I picked up the phone, my heart hammering against my ribs. It was from a contact simply saved as Client X. I knew immediately. The name, the tone, the sickening familiarity of betrayal. I didn't confront her then. I couldn't. The shock was too profound, too paralyzing. I just put the phone back, my mind racing, trying to reconcile the woman I adored with the monster hinted at in that single message. Over the next few weeks, Sarah became a stranger. Her touch felt distant, her laughter hollow. She was manipulative, deflecting any questions about her schedule with practiced ease, turning the conversation back to my supposed neglect or stress. "You're always so busy, Mark," she'd say, her voice laced with a subtle accusation. "Maybe if you were home more, I wouldn't feel so alone." The gaslighting was masterful, designed to make me doubt my own sanity. I started noticing receipts for expensive dinners at places she hadn't mentioned. A new silk scarf I hadn't bought her, a faint, unfamiliar cologne on her clothes. Each discovery was a fresh stab, twisting the knife deeper. I was humiliated, broken. I'd spend nights staring at the ceiling of our bedroom, the woman beside me a phantom, a lie. The pain was a physical weight, crushing my chest. I lost weight. My colleagues noticed my distraction. My clients sensed my detachment. I was a shell, but beneath the surface, a cold, hard resolve began to form. I wouldn't just leave. I wouldn't just divorce her. No, she had destroyed me, and I would return the favor with interest. My revenge began quietly, meticulously. I started gathering proof. I hired a private investigator, a discreet man named Frank, from a small office on Elm Street. He provided me with photos, timestamps, and hotel receipts. Sarah and her lover, a smug married real estate developer named Richard Thorne, meeting at the Omni Dallas Hotel, dining at Nick and Sam's Steakhouse, their clandestine rendezvous meticulously documented. I installed spyware on her laptop, revealing emails filled with sickening endearments and plans for their future, a future that brazenly excluded me. I wanted her to feel the same gut-wrenching despair she had inflicted upon me. The public exposure was orchestrated with surgical precision. It happened during the annual charity gala at the Dallas Museum of Art, an event Sarah always prided herself on co-hosting. On several odd carpet by Ribble say was all where it was a dup, but one with a bit up at bed. As Sarah took the stage to deliver her opening remarks, a large screen behind her, usually reserved for event sponsors, flickered to life. It displayed a slideshow, not of sponsors, but of Sarah and Richard in compromising positions, accompanied by excerpts from their emails. Their illicit plans, their cruel jokes about me. The room erupted in gasps, then a stunned silence. Sarah froze, her face draining of color, the microphone slipping from her grasp. Richard Thorne, across the room, looked like he'd seen a ghost. His wife, a woman I genuinely felt sorry for, collapsed into her chair. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic. Sarah's business crumbled overnight. Clients pulled out. Her reputation was in tatters. The divorce proceedings were swift and brutal. With the overwhelming evidence I presented, she was left with nothing but the clothes on her back and a mountain of legal fees. The judge, a stern woman named Judge Eleanor Vance, presiding in the Dallas County Courthouse, made sure of it. Richard Thorne faced his own ruin, his marriage ending, his business dealings scrutinized, his smug facade shattered. I saw Sarah once more, months later, on a cold, gray morning. She was working as a cashier at a discount grocery store on the outskirts of town. Her once vibrant hair dull, her expensive clothes replaced by a drab uniform. She looked up, our eyes met, and for a fleeting moment, I saw the fear, the shame, the utter desolation in her gaze. There was no anger left in me, just a quiet, haunting emptiness. The silence of her ruined life was the loudest sound I had ever heard. The end.